We're live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Live from the GME studio, it's Good Morning Entrepreneurs.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Good Morning Entrepreneurs.
Are you an entrepreneur who has felt like you were all alone on your business adventure? Well, you're in the right place.
You know, being an entrepreneur can be lonely and challenging at times, looking for people to bounce ideas off of and get feedback.
Welcome to Good Morning Entrepreneurs.
The show designed by entrepreneurs for entrepreneurs just like you.
Keep watching for your dose of entrepreneurial fun with the Roving Reporters and, of course, Kim and Carrie.
As we like to say around here, buckle up, Buttercup.
Good morning, entrepreneurs, and welcome to show number 80. We're over here already starting the morning with coffee and dancing, I have to say, Denise. I am joined by the beautiful Denise Millay, which I always point the wrong direction, y'all, just saying. But Denise is our findability queen. She is officially crowned and royal with the website techie stuff, and we appreciate all she does around this community. But Denise is definitely I'm going to call you a tech whisperer. She helps us tame the tech in our lives and teaches us a lot about search marketing. So Denise, welcome and thank you for co-hosting with me today.
Thank you so much for letting me be here. I always have fun when we're together.
We have too much fun, and I'm just going to say out of the gate, if this is your first time here, I'm just going to forewarn you that this show is going to be a little rogue. We have some behind the scenes stuff going on, and we're just going to call it out loud because we can.
We are just living life large.
Exactly.
So let's get started on the adventure and head ourselves over to Entrepreneur Land.
Well, today's theme of the show, in honor of Denise Millay being my co-host, is optimize what you have. I think this is a very important thing. We always think we need something new, something extra, something more. And reality is, in our businesses, we can do a lot by taking advantage of what we already have and optimizing that. So, Denise, that is in honor of you, and thank you for optimizing my day.
Why, thank you, Kim. I appreciate that. And I love this perspective because it really is true. We don't have to consistently reinvent the wheel. We can reuse, repurpose, optimize what we've got first.
Love it.
Yes. Oh, this is going to be a day. So let's head on over to the GME Chronicles to see some things that we've been doing in the community this week.
Thank you, Kim and team. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the GME Chronicles. My name is Jill Olish, and we have some updates for you today on September 27th, 2024. The GME Chronicles is a celebration of moving the needle in our businesses, and we want to share these numbers out loud with you to show it is possible. The total of 8 events last week included rounds 27 and 28 of Fire Up Mastermind, 2 sessions of Simple Publishing Mastermind, and 2 sessions of Groundwork Brigade Mastermind. Also, we were made aware that Donna had 2 speaking events earlier this month, one with her local Rotary Club and one with the Chamber of Commerce. Adam posted 3 interviews, and My Sexy Business went live with show number 79 of GME. And between August and September, Linda had posted an additional 13 blogs, and Kat and Yvonne went live with Salty Sisters on YouTube. 5 new podcast episodes dropped last week. Go give them a listen. Sisters in Service with episode 163, Revitalize Your Midlife Symposium, Day 4, Embracing Playfulness and Joy in Midlife with Yvonne Marchese. Mucked Up My Self-Care with episode 74, Highs and Lows of Self-Care. 5 and 15 Interviews, Leadership Series, episode number 34. Late Bloomer Living kicked off season 5 with episode 198, Have You Played Today? And Buckets and Boomgates came back with episode 76 and guest Denise Millay with How Do I Get More Listeners and Watchers for my live stream and podcast, Simple SEO. Earlier this month, Donna was also a guest on the podcast, The Community Difference Plano Show. On Clubhouse, Kim and Denise hosted the My Sexy Business Not Creepy Room on Wednesday. And on Thursday, we held the 6th Walk and Talk with the Community. You can connect with the Roving Reporters through the GME directory. Just go to www.mysexybusiness.com/GME to find everyone there. Last week's number of 17, plus the others missed this month, brings the grand total to 5,694 amazing things done collectively by this community since December 2021. We look forward to more updates coming up next week. If you are ready to join in on the fun around here, you can find us coming up at the Social Media Boot Camp for Fire Up Masterminders, the Mama Outspoken Village Gathering, Groundwork Brigade Open House, Sticky Note Time Accountability, and plus save the date for the Fierce Entrepreneur Summit on October 11th, as well as Hope to Hope on November 22nd. Back to you in the GME studio.
Wow.
I'm gonna say cheers. Oh, we've got the same mug today.
Oh my gosh. Isn't that crazy?
I love it. So I'm a fierce entrepreneur. Are you a fierce entrepreneur?
Yes, I am. And we have our Fierce Entrepreneur Summit coming up, so I'm using it all the time now to prepare.
I love it, and I am going to giggle and say this show means so much to me. Seeing those numbers means so much to me because it is evidence and living proof for other entrepreneurs in the world to know what's possible. Like that's what we do this show for, is so everyone knows and is inspired, because I'm inspired by all of you daily. And I think having this show means so much, and it is very important. Everyone who works on this show, I just want to give a little shout out quickly. Everyone who works in the back end of the show, the producing of the show, and the pushing of the buttons, all the things that go into the show, all the roving reporters who record videos, all of that. I just want to say there's a lot that goes into this show. Very, very proud of those numbers because it represents so many things that have impacted so many people's lives. One of the people who have impacted a lot of lives is our Kat Corchado. And Kat has an appointment this morning that she needs to be gone at a certain point. So I'm calling an audible. I don't think we have ever done a Princess Speak at the beginning of the show, ever. It's always the ending. So that if we run out of time, this was always my theory. If we run out of time, I would just eliminate that segment. And then we would do another segment. So we literally are flipping the show because we do not want our Kat not to be here with us for the Princess Speak segment. So I am calling an audible and we're doing Princess Speak out of order. I'm sorry, Adam, don't fire me. But
He wouldn't care.
I'm just gonna say we're calling an audible, Adam. It's an audible. We're doing is it a Hail Mary where they score in the, I don't know. I don't even know all the terms. Kat's laughing her head off at me, but we are not gonna do this without Kat being here because she was gone on vacay. That's one thing. We can't do anything about that. We want her to have a good time. But this week she's back. We need her to be with us. So
absolutely.
Anyway, I am going to just, do it out loud, I guess. I'm just going to put it on and we're going to do Princess Speak now. So, Princess Speak is the simple business language for entrepreneurs that our community uses on the daily. And I am giggling at this week's phrase, and that is the hassle factor. That is one of Denise Malay's terms that we have added to the Princess Speak dictionary and vocabulary. But Denise, I'm going to give you the honor of actually explaining the hassle factory first, and then the hassle factory. The hassle factor.
I understood you. I understood you. Hassle factor to me is thinking about organizing what you're doing, taking into account how difficult something's going to be and whether it's really worth that energy or not before you do it. Because some things are more of a hassle than they're worth. And there have to be easier ways to do it. So it's just another variable to take into consideration before you go and do something that train wrecks you.
Love that definition, Denise. All right, crew.
I'm glad
you're shaking your head like you have no idea.
I'm glad you explained that because I have not heard you or us use that yet because I don't know where it's being used, but I haven't heard it. So now I know how to use this because there are so many things that I'm like, I have to learn this all. Do I really want to do this right now? Can I fit this in right now? What are we doing? So
exactly.
That's a great use of wordage so I can determine where is this going to fit in. So I'm glad to know it now. Thank you.
Keeps this moving forward.
I think for me that when I think a hassle factor is doing those things that I don't like to do, like grocery shopping, there's a hassle factor there that you can't shortcut that. So it's just, do it, get it over with and be done with it. So if you're speaking hassle factor with, in business, I have to think about it for a minute. I have to lay it over onto the side and see how I can make this easier for me in a way that I understand.
Great job, Kat.
I think about the hassle factor sometimes in whether I say yes or no to an interview, and not that any of my interviews are ever a hassle, but knowing how much time they take and depending what else I have on my plate, I do have to take into account, do I really have the time to dedicate to this interview right now to do it the best of my ability? And depending on what else is going on, that's what I sometimes look at. And sometimes I do have to say no because there's other things that are going to take my attention away from it. And I don't want somebody not to get my full attention for an interview.
I love it, Adam, and you do such a great job of giving your all when you interview someone. So we appreciate you recognizing the hassle factor. Well, I am going to giggle and say, Denise Malay, we were talking about the hassle factor of learning technology, I think is where this bubbled up when we were doing a podcast episode together for Buckets and Boom Gates. And we were talking about a lot of people who want to avoid doing their entrepreneurial business stuff. Like, we're all entrepreneurs on this adventure, but most of us don't like the business side of being an entrepreneur. We like the fun side of whatever it is we like, but the business side is kind of a hassle factor sometimes. And so we buy into the creepy marketing of this is the golden ticket. This is the pill that you take and it fixes all your business issues. It fixes everything. And do not take into account, we don't know how to use that program. We don't know how to do that thing. We don't know if they're even telling us the truth sometimes.
Right.
And so hassle factor to me was like, oh, perfect addition to Princess Speak Dictionary.
Thank you. I'm honored.
Thank you.
I appreciate you bringing that to light because you're right. There's so many facets of it, and I'm really glad we got a chance to look at a few of them. So But I think we might need to move on in the show. What do you think, Kim? So maybe we should head over to our wonderful Kat Crociato in her military minute.
If you're a civilian and you come across someone who is, you may hear they're a veteran or they're wearing the uniform. I know people like to say, thank you for your service. And I get it. If it's quick and it's easy, I would love for everyone to start saying, thank you for wearing the uniform. Because you know what that means to me is that you, the civilian, understands the sacrifice. That means so much to me. And the other thing is that if you're a woman veteran or you're about to get out, stay connected. Get connected before you ever get out of the military. I don't care if it's a group or a couple groups. And some groups you'll get into and realize it's not your flavor, and that's okay. Find a group that understands who you are. But stay connected. Don't fall down that rabbit hole. It's no fun. It's dark, it's cold, it doesn't feel good. So get connected. And, I'm here. If I can help, I would love to help. I don't know everything, but I'll find out if you have a question. I'll find out the answer or the person who can provide the answer to you.
Amazing.
She is amazing, and what she does for others is amazing, I have to say. I definitely want to call out quickly before we, talk about one of our sponsors. I want to call out quickly that if you have not already connected with Kat or gone to her podcast, Sisters in Service, it's for, and I love how she described it, it's for military brats. That's my favorite one. Military brats, military retired, military current in service. I hope I'm saying all these words right, Kat. But go to the podcast and listen. She's also got some great wellness episodes that are for military and for all of us entrepreneurs, civilian entrepreneurs. I have been very vocal about, I don't understand the military life, but Kat has given me so much insight, and I feel like I can connect better. And I love her Stay Connected.
Yep.
As an entrepreneurial community, I feel like we're a home for entrepreneurs with Groundwork Brigade Mastermind community. Like, that community is where we stay connected. And I think staying connected still follows that part, Denise, of
yes,
we need to stay connected as entrepreneurs so that we don't fall off the adventure or fail at business because we don't know something that could have made all the difference for us succeeding. I think those are some of the things that are very important to me about just making sure that everyone understands there is a place to go to ask questions.
There are people out there that want to help, that want to travel with you along the journey and the adventure, and not just sell things to you, but actually want to be a part of your adventure. So,
well, our next open house, we want to just quickly say, our next open house is Wednesday and Thursday coming up. It's October 2nd and 3rd. And we are always thrilled for open house, because if y'all come, we talk to you. If you don't come, we talk to each other. Like, we are good with it because we love the community and we love being open and able to invite others in. If you haven't connected with them, stay connected. If you have not connected with any of the Roving Reporters, be sure and do that, because you know what? Sometimes it takes, for me anyway, I want to go with someone. So if you want to go with someone to the open house, let us know, because we don't mind that at all. We know we can be overwhelming with our silliness and our, already knowing each other. We don't want anyone to feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, and if you have a few questions that would make it easier for you to transition, or you just want to know a face before you walk in the door, happy to do it. Any of us are happy to do that with you. So we believe in what we do. We believe in what we live. So we're happy to share it. So I guess
Well said, Denise Millay.
thank you. I'm getting better at my words. So but let's move over to somebody who's really good at words, our wonderful Linda Bonney with Conversations and Storytelling for Entrepreneurs.
Linda Bonney is a master storyteller, conversationalist, creative writer, podcast host and producer, published author, summit leader, and GME roving reporter.
Thanks, Kim. Your stories are greater than just your personal experiences. I'm going to say that again, just so it can sink in. Your stories are greater than just your personal experiences. They are the sum of your memories, your emotions, your perceptions, and they are the fabric of your being that belong to you and you alone. Because your stories are greater than you may have first thought, they can be both beautiful and flawed, especially on the entrepreneurial journey. They can have hidden depths and unexpected twists. They can be vibrant and bold, or soft and mysterious. Sometimes, in the midst of our own lives and being busy as entrepreneurs, we forget the value and significance of our stories. We let them fade into the background. They get overshadowed by the events of the day-to-day existence, and we push them aside in favor of practicality and routine. Yet, in our stories, in those memories and emotions, we can find ourselves. Your stories are an integral part of who you are, and they deserve to be heard in a way that is just right for you. Back to you in the GME studio.
Words. She does the words so well. I mean, I get so inspired when she talks about these things, because we do forget our own stories sometimes. We get caught up in the day-to-day and we forget the underlying, the big things underneath, which is amazing. And Linda, has such a way with telling stories. Her podcast, Stories with the Sunday Roast, that she's turned into now a book collection, where she's taken her podcast episodes and interwoven them with her own story, is just masterful in the way she's done it. And now we're up to coming out. Book number 4, is coming out?
It is coming out very soon. And I'm gonna say, if you guys will go to the second block on the cover. Oh, the cover's gone.
Cover back up.
I was gonna say, we need the cover back. If you go to the second block on there, the very bottom I have to think about this. Bottom left corner is our very own Adam Rothenberg. And then if you go to the second block, fourth picture over is Denise Millay. And then the one next to her is our very own Jill Olish.
Right.
So I love this. And I'm trying to make sure I'm not missing. Yvonne's on there. Yvonne's the second one on there. So y'all need to know that these stories are intertwined with Linda's stories, and the whole concept of all of this. Linda's just a brilliant writer. She's a brilliant writer. And we want to push you towards, if you are not ready to get the book yet, go to her blog, get a taste of her sampling of writings, because she is doing such an amazing job with those as well. So there you go, Denise.
There you go.
And so we're going to go to the next segment, because I just read the agenda. How's that? Let's just be honest. We're going to head over to our next segment on Mama Entrepreneurs with our very own Jill Olish. Jill Olish is the ambassador of moms, founder and leader of the Mama Outspoken Village, published author, podcast host, executive team leader of My Sexy Business, host of the Vision Board Party, associate producer, and GME roving reporter.
Thank you, Kim. I wanted to tell you the thing that I did expect as a big change when I became a mom and an entrepreneur. I would have to say it would be our living situation. Not everyone wants to talk about finances, but leaving a 9-to-5 and starting my own business while trying to figure out motherhood in the first few months, I knew was going to hit us financially and take a really big chunk out of our time and money in what we were going to be doing to earn it. And I will say things still are probably not where I'd like them to be, but it's also helped us adapt to how we need to live, where we need to change some of our financial expenses, where we need to be more cautious on things, and where we think we can splurge when we have the ability to. Luckily, I have a business that I've created where I might not be exactly a millionaire yet, but I also get to do the things that I love, which is taking care of my family. So it was a change that I was expecting and welcomed, but also still struggle with all of the time because I am not a millionaire yet. Maybe we'll get there one day. But for now, I'm happy with where we're at and I look forward to growing. So back to you in the GME studio.
We have no doubt that she will be. That's what I'm going to say.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I love, so I'm just going to call out a couple of things on Jillo. Jillo is taking the time to do the things that are her priority in her life. And I think that's so much more living proof than accomplishing the millionaire status at the sake of her family. Because it is that making money along the way, but not being in such a hurry that you sacrifice your family. And so I'm very proud of her because she has done the things this summer with, you know, her little, and she's done things in a different way, which has been uncomfortable, but I'm very, very proud of her for that. So I just want to say all that out loud. If you're a mama and you want to be in a group of other mamas who are learning to really be heard about what's going on in their mamahood, how's that? Then I think that it's very important to really get the word out there that Jill does have a place that she holds gatherings, and it's called the Mama Outspoken Village. She has a gathering actually tomorrow, September the 28th at 8 a.m. Central. If you're a mama or a mama to be, Jill is like such an amazing resource. She's a resource for information. She just is an amazing human. So if you're a mama, you need to meet Jillo tomorrow at 8 a.m. Central. Connect with her so you know where to go. How's that?
Don't miss it. We always say we wish we had Jill when we were raising our children, but I will say that I still learn things from Jill, and she has a great perspective on life. So.
Well, Jillo is half of, and we always want to mention this, she is half of the Mucked Up My Self-Care. I have to be very careful with my words. Mucked Up My Self-Care podcast with Linda Bonney. They host it and they talk in such a real way. They have conversations, but it's not edited. They don't take out the bits to make themselves look perfect. They let it all, I'm going to say, let it all fly. They are having real conversations about real life things, and you're going to hear littles in the background sometimes, and you're going to hear like all kinds of stuff. But bottom line is, if you are mucking up your self-care and don't know how to do it, go check out their podcast, because they bring a lot to the table of ideas, and you'll resonate. How's that?
You will resonate from across the globe. They bring these ideas together, and it's amazing how similar we all are in a lot of ways. So I also find that fascinating. So Kim, I think though we should shift gears and head over to our fabulous Donna Bender with her segment on surprise and delight marketing.
Donna Bender is a master givologist, branding product strategist, corporate marketing trainer, published author, host of The Big Show and Tell, summit leader, and GME roving reporter.
Thanks, Kim. This is Donna Bender coming to you today as a roving reporter for Good Morning Entrepreneurs. Today's Surprise and Delight marketing segment is about the magic of sensory marketing, a strategy that engages all 5 of our senses, creating lasting impressions and deep emotional connections with your audience. And it creates unforgettable experiences with your brand through sight, sound, touch, smell, and even taste. And branded merchandise, promotional products, swag, whichever word you choose to call it, is the only form of marketing that engages all 5 senses and plays a crucial role in making your branded merch and gifts more memorable. When it comes to branded products, touch is everything. The way something feels in your hand can leave a lasting impression long after you've forgotten what it looked like. In fact, research shows that consumers who physically interact with a product are 70% more likely to purchase it. Think about it. The luxurious hand of a beautiful blanket, the feeling on your skin from the softest shirt made from coffee beans and recycled bottles, or the cool surface of a metal pen. These aren't just products, they're experiences. So when you're selecting your next branded item, remember, it's not just about how it looks. It's about how it feels in your hand. And that's what makes your brand truly unforgettable. Back to you at the GME studio.
She brings such clarity to things that you don't even think about. She just opens up the doors for all these golden nuggets for all of us to succeed in business. It's amazing. And Donna just had her big show and tell this past Tuesday, September 24th. And I wanted to let everybody know that they could go to her YouTube channel to see the replay of it at Donna Bender Giving, all together with the outside. And she brings to the table so many nuggets of things, different products and ways you can use them and ideas and inspiration. It's marvelous.
It is marvelous, Denise Millay. And I tell you, she has taught me so much about like branded products in particular.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize, that we could do things like co-branding and things. And let me see which way to shift. This was one of the things that came out in one of the big show and tells, which is the Yeti Chug. We actually were able to like co-brand with them. And so we have things that I had no idea would even be possible for us. And it's thanks to Donna.
Yeah.
So I'm appreciative of all she's taught all of us. And I am going to call another audible really quickly. We are set to talk about the Fierce Entrepreneur Summit, which is tonight, 6 p.m. Central. No, I'm sorry. We have one more week to go. Holy moly. 2 weeks. I don't even know when it is. It's October the 11th.
Sorry, Kim.
I should have skipped the whole segment. That's what I should have done.
We were just talking about it. That's why. Because, we had the mugs. That's what it messed you up. We had the mugs.
I want it to be tonight. How's that? I want it to be sooner. That's what I want.
Wishful.
But I think we're going to skip over it for just a minute because of the adjustment we have to make in the agenda for Princess Speak being at the front of the show. So I want to just say you're tuning in to Good Morning Entrepreneurs, and we're glad you're with us today for show number 80. And today's theme, in honor of Denise Millay, is optimize what you have. I think it's really important that we keep pushing on this theme of you have more than what you realize. What you have is valuable, and optimize what you have, whether it be website things, which, that's Denise Millay's specialty, or whether it be Kat Corchado's health and wellness, or whether it be the playfulness from Yvonne, whether it be the mama things you have with Jill, whether it be the entertainers. Oh my goodness, entertainment. You know what? I am just bombing all of this.
We gotcha. We gotcha.
Whatever the segment is, optimize it. Whatever you have, optimize it.
Use what you've got.
Use what you've got.
So we're going to piggyback on what you just said and head to our question of the week, which is, where do I begin with SEO for my website? And we could say the same thing that we were just talking about with optimizing what you have. is take a look at what you've got on your website and work on your titles and your descriptions and your text on your page, and do some of the things to make it clear and beef it up and make it very, very helpful. And that's where you can begin to see benefits for SEO, because you're giving content for searching people.
I love it, Denise. One of the things you've taught us about our content is, quality over quantity, that we need to definitely give better content so that we are not just putting stuff out there. We are actually giving great content. So I love that. And I love that you're on this week with this question. Can I say that?
Did you write this show for me?
We should have. With me stumbling over my words, we should have.
I'm so excited.
Well, I think we need to head over to our next segment, which is only half of the Salty Sisters. But these two are taking the world by storm. I will just say that. And the first one up today is Yvonne with her entrepreneurship later in life. Yvonne Marchese is the president of the Age Agitators Club, creator of the Aging Playfully Play Shop, podcast host, published author, branding photographer, summit leader, and GME roving reporter.
Thanks, Kim. This is Yvonne Marchese coming to you as a roving reporter for Good Morning Entrepreneurs. I'm your resident age agitator, here to talk about later in life entrepreneurship. And I am going to be talking about play today. I read yesterday something that I thought was a major aha for me. It is actually something that I have been thinking about in my own life as an entrepreneur, is how to approach my work with a sense of play. And what I read yesterday is the idea by Stuart Brown, who founded the National Institute for Play. Yes, that's a thing. And he said the opposite of play is not work, it's depression. And why I think that's important is because we have work to do as entrepreneurs. If we look at our work as not the opposite of play, maybe that leaves a little room for incorporating play into our work. That's all for now. Back to you in the studio.
Wow.
I was going to say that was mind-blowing because I didn't realize that.
I feel like I need to go play.
I know.
I'm really depressed.
We're definitely going to have to do that, Denise. But you know what? We're going to have an opportunity in just a few days to be with the president of the Age Agitators Club.
Right.
He is Yvonne, on October 2nd at 3 p.m. Central. Age Agitators Club meeting. We're so excited. I keep telling her I need a card so I can be a card-carrying member. Hopefully one day she will get me a card so I can be like,
or a signature ring or something like that, decoder ring, so we can get in or something like that. Something.
Maybe a jacket, Denise. Maybe that would be awesome.
Let's go off on these tangents. Why don't we?
If you want to join the club, though, I think this is the most important part. If you want to be with a bunch of silly people, silly women, but who are taking things in a different direction. We believe, Yvonne, and we believe that play is a serious decision. We are choosing to play in life instead of, being depressed.
And
I think
just
that was good.
aging. And
gonna age either way. Gonna
age either way. Let's do it in a fun way, right?
That's right.
So let's talk about the other half of the Salty Sisters, Miss Kat Crociato, the freaking fabulous icon herself, and her segment on health and wellness for entrepreneurs.
Kat Crociato is a proud military veteran, health and wellness professional, founder of Small Space Pilates, movement specialist for injury, illness, and cancer recovery, podcast host, published author, and GME roving reporter.
Thank you from the GME studio. Today's stretch is going to be about stretching your neck. From sitting at the computer, from moving your head forward to looking down or looking up, you feel that strain on your neck. As always, with all of these stretches, no matter what body part, please make sure that you are checking with your doctor, physician, and or physical therapist to make sure it's appropriate for you. So this is a good stretch that you can do while sitting at your desk. All you're going to do is place your hands behind your head, palm on top of palm like this. And all you're going to do is just bring your chin towards your chest, and you're just going to breathe here. And when you're ready, you can lift your neck and your head, or you can stay there and feel the stretch. This is a great way to get a nice stretch in the back of your neck. And it feels good. So you can do this as much as you want to, as many times, as long as it's appropriate. So until next time, back to you in the GME studio.
I was afraid to do it because I love that stretch so much. You might have seen me like coming up and like, just falling asleep kind of thing because I love that stretch so much.
I love it.
But Kim, Kat is the founder of the Small Space Pilates, Small Space Pilates Yacht Club, which you and I belong to. And she shares so many things like that stretch and interweaves that in with the Pilates so that it's a full body, full experience. It's not just doing specifically Pilates. It's really a health and wellness experience, right? So I want people to understand that they can experience a free week of Kat membership in her club. I'm sorry, I'm having trouble with words, and experience all the classes for a week. And she gives that away free because she wants everybody to experience it and check it out for themselves.
Well, I love what Kat says about she believes everyone has a right to feel good in their bodies. And I think we have not understood that most of our lives. So I think that that's a really important part of Kat's message. Like
Right.
she wants everybody to know that, and she wants everybody to experience that. So,
oh, and I can't forget her 3rd annual Halloween soiree is coming up. No,
that's not for everybody in Lottie Dottie.
Oh, sorry.
That's invitation only. We're so sorry.
Thanks, Adam. Thanks, Adam. Let's throw him under the bus.
We have. She is having her 3rd annual Halloween soiree, but it is
for the members of the club. Yes.
Yes. And I want to say this too, because we can. Well, she had to leave early today, Denise. So we kind of have a little like rogueness about us. I want to say that is probably going to be the night that she announces that her book is here. So she has a book coming. Y'all don't tell her we told you. But yeah, she has got a book coming out, and that's the date that it should be like getting close. So if y'all want into the yacht club, please do connect with Kat. And I'm going to get off this subject before we get it fired, Denise Millay.
How many strikes do we get today?
I don't know, but we don't have enough, I think.
Okay, let's move on then.
Well, we want to talk about the fun that we are going to have tonight. And I think this is just another example of what our community does together. So tonight we are actually going to be starting our social media boot camp. It's really serious, but we're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to do it in our PJs most of the weekend, and we are going to come back out. Let me just make this announcement. We are going to come back next week with a lot of announcements for all the peeps that got their social media done for the entire quarter in just this one weekend. So it is something we do to help, because we know how hard it is to carve out space. And if you've ever been one of those people that you spend an hour a day posting one little tiny post because you don't have a plan and you don't have the things that you need to have it scheduled and take that pressure off, then I'm going to say be watching for the announcement. This one's full and closed. It's not available like this time, but it will be coming. And I think having a space carved out to do these things is such I'm going to call it a gift, because I need the airport time. I need the time that's focused only on the thing that I'm going to be doing and not on like, oh, I need to do this and I need to do that. Nope. You're going to focus in and then you're going to be done. And it makes such a difference in your life, your business, your quarter, like all the things. So
Game-changing activity is what it is.
Look at you coming up with another phrase. I can't even frame. Another frame, Denise. Another frame. We're having issues with our words today. I think we've been talking too much today. I think that's my deal anyway. So I want to head over to our next segment before I mess something else up. And that is helping entrepreneurs be findable online with our very own Denise Millay. Denise Millay is the findability queen, search marketing consultant, technology simplifier, host of the virtual scavenger hunt, published author, summit leader, and GME roving reporter. Denise, can you tell me what SEO really is? Because I feel like this is such a misunderstood subject.
Wow. SEO stands for search engine optimization. And it's the process of doing different things to your content so that your listing and search results will be optimized and show up higher on the page. So potentially people will click on it more. So it'll be in front of people more as a search engine result. So you're optimizing your position of your content within search results.
So good. So good. Denise, you make me so proud because of all of the things you have done to help so many people that I know personally, that I witness their success at doing these things. Our theme today is optimize what you have. And truly it's an honor of you because optimizing what you have is what you're talking about. You don't have to go to an SEO agency and spend bazillion dollars. There are things you can do. And one of those things is to go directly to Amazon. Do not pass go. Go and get Denise's book. Denise's book is Be Findable. If they can't find you, they can't do business with you. And I can't tell you how true that is. But your content that Denise talks about all the time, listen to what she's saying about optimizing it. Listen to what she's saying, because I love your other, can I say your other tagline too?
Mm-hmm.
You can't optimize what you don't have.
That's right.
So I think that that's another big important piece of this puzzle with optimizing what you have is you have to have the pieces, but you do have a lot of pieces. So
thank you, Kim. I really appreciate you pointing that out. And I love this theme today. It's my favorite theme so far. Anyway, we are really going rogue today. We're going to be fired. But let's head over to our masterful interviewer, Adam Rothenberg, for his segment on entrepreneurs in entertainment.
Adam Rothenberg is the interview king, media personality, creator of the Call Me Adam entertainment platform, published author, podcast host, red carpet correspondent, associate producer, and GME roving reporter.
Thanks, Kim and Carrie. It's Adam, and I'm back in the closet for yet another edition of Behind the Curtain. And instead of telling this behind the curtain story, I thought I would just share the blooper that happened during my most recent interview with alt pop singer-songwriter Rachel Sage. And do you feel, in running your own record label, how do you feel, I should say, how do you feel being a singer-songwriter helped you with the business side of running a record label?
How does being an artist help me be a business person?
Wait, is that
what you're
is that real? Wait, I have to actually look at my question because I was
Yeah.
trying to memorize what I was asking.
No,
Oh, no, wait a minute.
Okay.
I
But
asked
that's
the
a good
wrong
question.
question.
I'm ready for it.
What is something about running the business side of things that has helped you become a stronger performer because you know about something that happens behind the scenes? That is what I was supposed to ask.
Ooh, that's a beautiful question.
Well, I hope you enjoyed this blooper and laughed as much as I did. And that is today's Behind the Curtain story. It's back to you in the GME studio.
God, I love these bloopers. You
How
got to see
fun-
more of these.
How fun is it that we're tongue tied today? Like can't get
You
our
got the wrong
words out.
question out.
Yeah. Adam, thank you for making us feel better. Can we say that?
Very much so. And Kim, I want to point out that Adam's book is so close to coming out. I see you've got an initial copy that you're doing some review on, but it's called Behind the Curtain: The Mistakes, Lessons Learned, and Triumphs of Interviewing Celebrities. And please, it's got full of photos and all sorts of experiences, and we'll let you know exactly when to push the button and get it. It's look for it. It's coming.
I'm very excited about it. It's beautiful. The pictures are beautiful. Adam's got so much work in this book. It is an amazing thing. Let me just say that. It is a beautiful thing. Adam also has his entertainment platform, Denise. I want to just call out really quickly.
Yes.
Called calledmeadam.com. I think everyone who wants to have the update of when the book is available, in case we fail at telling you, go over there and Adam will make sure you know. So I think that that's an important part. And I want to do one more thing. Were you going to say something, Denise? Go ahead.
I was just going to say, go over to callmeadam.com and sign up for Adam's Digest, which he gives out, be the first to know info for all of us who get it every week. And that will be the place to see when that lever turns and it's time to push the button and get his book.
Perfect. And I don't know if we have a picture this week. Do we have a picture?
I don't know.
Okay.
I think not.
I'm seeing in the green room, Adam shaking his head no. So we really should share a picture, though. Can I just say this? I epically failed last week while Adam was gone. And I would love if we can pull up the picture that I couldn't pull up last week. I did everything in my power to pull it up and it didn't work. So here is Adam, and I am so embarrassed because now I can't even remember the name.
James Vanderbeek.
There you go. I'm so sorry. I'm like
Dawson from Dawson's Creek.
There you go. I knew Denise would save me.
Sometimes it's possible. I can. But I love these pictures. It's great.
But
I love that.
He talked about a behind this curtain story with him last week, and I just could not get the picture to pull up, y'all. So there's the picture. Thank you, Adam, for coming back to us. Thank you, Adam, for sharing the picture. And I don't know what we would do without Adam.
Where will we be without Mr. Producer? Even though I gave him grief about the soiree. I'm sorry, Adam, but you do so much. I don't know if we could be here without you. I know we couldn't be here without you. So.
Well, let me take just a second to talk about the Fierce Entrepreneur Summit because we said we would give a little bit more information. We've been talking about this, all the community buzz right now is the summit is coming. The summit is coming. We're excited. The summit is actually a roundtable that this community all comes together and has a conversation. This quarter's theme, we do this quarterly. This quarter's theme is beliefs, branding, and reputation. and it might not be on what you think it will be. That's the fun part. You never know where these conversations will go, and I think it's important that all of you don't just blow it off because maybe you don't think that pertains to you. Well, you'll be surprised. If you have a business, if you want to own a business, if you're an entrepreneur at all, these 3 things matter. So it is an important topic, and I know that we will not be disappointed in the conversation. We never are. It is an amazing thing. We've got some clips and things from the July summit coming out on YouTube. So if you haven't subscribed to YouTube yet, go to My Sexy Business teaming community and subscribe so that you can see some of the wisdom that was pulled out of the July summit. You also can come and ask questions on the October 11th summit.
I was just going to say, please come and participate in the conversation. We love comments from people. We love answering questions. We love to know you're out there. I love this community because when we do sit down to talk about things, we get real. We talk about the real things underneath. Just talk the marketing messages, the stuff. It's a real conversation. So I really enjoy them. I love getting to sit around the table with everybody's brains and kind of see what people think.
I love it. And Denise, you and Linda doing the collaborative pieces is so special because I think the July summit was the best one of all. Like, I think that they get better every time, but the work that you put in behind the scenes for the July one, I think it made it extra special. And the clips are out there, y'all. Go check them out and see what we're talking about. If you don't have the time to watch a 2-hour video all together, go watch the clips. The clips are fun and they just represent well what went on. So
and I love that we've made it an accessible time, and it's not multiple days. It's just a couple of hours on a Friday evening to experience it. So I know summits have this heavy feeling of, lots of days and things like that. It's not anymore. This is really focused and thematic. So,
well, speaking of thematic, let me just say optimizing what you have has been the theme today. And one of the things that I'd like to point out, because this is a fond memory for me and definitely a milestone that has happened in my life. I used to do it was called Book to Business workshop, and we went across the country doing these workshops. And we helped a lot of people become authors. We helped them turn their books into businesses. We did a lot of things. But I am actually wearing today one of the treasures that I celebrated with when I was in San Antonio for one of the Book to Businesses. Shelly Stoochman, I want to give you a big shout out and tell you I love you. And we got matching, like these beautiful sweaters. We got matching ones to celebrate that we hit such a huge milestone with doing that seminar across the country. And I just was sitting here thinking, I keep petting the collar of it because it's so soft and it means so much to me. So I want to say out loud, if you are not celebrating milestones in your life, you are not optimizing what you have. You all have done something amazing, our sweet entrepreneurs listening. You've done amazing things that you need to slow down and celebrate because it will put a new fire in your belly. It will make you want to go on and do more things. Think of all of the small things that you haven't celebrated. And I really do challenge you with going out there and finding something tangible to celebrate with so that you can come back like my beautiful sweater. You can come back and touch it and feel it, and it gives you those feelings. So love y'all.
Join us next Friday at 7 a.m. Central.
This is the team signing off for Good Morning Entrepreneurs.